Привет, привет, Виктор. Нормально, нормально дела.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Ну, у тебя как? Как у тебя там? Ну да, я вчера поднял уровень, потому что я сражался со своей сестрой, которая, оказывается, она превратилась в вампира, и я с ней сражался вчера. Не мог на 12 уровне никак ее убить. Ну, пришлось мне прокачиваться. Вот, до 19 докачал. У меня хорошо с... Да, за автосабнатика. Да. А тут уже вон какие они, видишь? 22-й уровень. 24-й. Так что тут без прокачки сложно бы было. Фига себе ты. По щам мне надавал. Deadlight. Про зомбаков. Да, я играл. Ну, давно играл, да. Я проходил. Тогда еще вообще не стримил и не думал даже об этом. Нет, мне надо назад. Не, можно и постримить, только пока что не знаю когда, потому что, сам понимаешь, уже в планах много чего постримить. Deadlight это, ну, попозже. Вот. Видишь, какие тут вампиры уже? Блин, я не на ту кнопку нажал. Ты какой-то косой, блин. Противника не видишь. Помирай, гад. Инал, привет. Блин, стрёмные тут чуваки уже. Стрёмные, стрёмные. Хорошая вещь. О, хорошие вещи я нашел. Привет, Данил. Хорошо, у тебя как дела? Так, ты это кружок какой? У меня сразу, говорю, дела никак. А чё произошло? Ну, если что-то такое личное, можешь не рассказывать. Если есть желание, можешь поделиться со всеми. Так, смогу тут вообще пройти?
I cannot enter.
Фигнаны. За окном погода мерзкая. А, в этом причина. Ну вот, согласен. А у нас хорошая погода у нас. Солнышко, 14 градусов тепла сегодня. И ветер такой юго-восточный. Тепло. Дождь, тучи, лужи. Не, у нас как бы весна, прям весна. Вот этого нету. Да, многих депресняк берет, когда на улице плохая погода. У нас только прохладно, тучи и луж нет. Ну, на улицу не выйти, да, это, блин. Это, да, нехорошо. Что изменилось?
It's locked.
Блин, что-то все ходы-выходы заперты.
Anyway, it'll make McCollum happy.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Кого жрут? Ну там этот, скаль. Такие звуки издает. Скаль — это низший вампир, так сказать. Нельзя будет поиграть в МК-11. Вообще даже деньги за предзаказ людям не вернули. Да? Нифига себе. А где этот МК? В каком она сторе, интересно? Какая площадка продает? Steam?
It's locked, all right.
Вот это вот. Скаль вот этот кричит. А, деньги вернули. Неужели МК только там, я не знаю, ну, Steam же в Украине работает? Или как? Я знаю, там на Украине не работает этот. Вроде как Uplay не работает. Mortal Kombat 11. Это МК. Если это вообще 28 уровня. Чувак. 28-го, 27-го. Чё это такие? За звери. Гад. Больно. Uplay работает, Ассасин... Не, значит, его соврал. Orange не работает, точно. Orange не работает, да? Вроде в Украине Uplay работает. $1200 в стиме. Epic. Ну, вот на Epic Story можно там, наверное, посмотреть. Там точно должен быть. Orange это площадка этого. Electronic Arts вроде, это их магазин. Там, где Battlefield продаются, вот это вот. Это у них магазин официальный. Отсюда, может, я открою калитку. Ты можешь загуглить, увидишь там. И увидишь этот магазин Orange. Зайти. Ну у тебя не, он, по идее, не откроется, если ты на Украине. Тут, наверное, поверху надо скакать. Привет, Святослав. Я тебе покушать А что ты мне принес? Ну-ка, кали. Бутики? Не на Украине, а в Украине. Хорошо, запомню. В Украине. Хорошо. Постараюсь запомнить. А назад я смогу вернуться? Ой, хорошо, хорошо, я понял.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Ну, тот отрывок смотрел, да. А, это я назад пришел. Мне надо вот сюда вот. Ты смотри, это его территория, ты понял? Я как-то, блин, очень расслабленно с ним боролся. Ты видишь, какие они вкачанные? Нет, ты видишь? Капец. Двадцать седьмые уровни. Что это такое? Как они это делают? Надо немножко отдышаться. Пупкин, это ж, блин, что тут, как тут забудешь? Блин, достал этой, блин, кислотой мне. Да, Эдуард Алексеевич. А вот ты не запомнил Алексеевич, видишь как? Пупкин, да. Куда стрельнул? Блин, куда стрельнул Алексеевич?
Let's pin it down. I'll send you to hell. I'll kill you. Killing's all you deserve.
Закрутил. Это твое отчество. Я нашел с Игорем Эда в ВК. О, блин. Нашел меня в ВК. Этого быка. Так, надо как-то аккуратненько играть. Так. Вот дверь заперта. Видимо, какая-то будет еще задача. Михайлович. Так, здесь я был. Ой, здесь есть база. Двадцать 29-й. Что это такое? Что тут за такие скилловые, блин, эти скали? Он еще навонял там в конце. Вонючка. Блин, он еще взрывается. Пупкин. Пупкин Эдуард Алексеевич. Так, а где тут убежище? Интересно. Вот, убежище-то хорошо. Что за ключ? Обририда. Называй как хочешь. Главное, не бросай этот терновый куст. Как с того мультика. Так, все сайты утомления. У-ху-ху, я нашел, я покачал. Сейчас. Сейчас всем хана будет. Так, увеличит наносимый урон на 20%, уменьшает расход выносливости на 10%. А это на 10. Уменьшает расход выносливости на 20. Не, лучше вот так. Что за мультик? А что, вы не знаете такой мультик? Я не помню, как он называется там. Блин, как же он называется? Там это выражение. Только не бросай меня в терновый куст. Когда там, блин. Он таким образом обманул там кого-то. Просто... На самом деле он хотел, чтобы его бросили в этот куст. Чтобы он смог убежать. Блин, я забыл, как называется. Загугли, попробуй слово. Только не бросай меня в терновый куст. Так, это я вкачал опять надо. Надо 6 таких. Шесть. Подожди, тут еще правильное произношение надо. Бич — это в переводе с английского сука, а бич — это пляж. Если на то пошло, Святослав. Так, увеличительную мощь. Ускорение перезарядки. Огневую мощь. Зверей и вампиров. Против людей. А, ну люди мне так себе. Мне лучше вот это. А у меня нету белый фосфор. Я могу вообще 5 вкачать. Так, ну нормально. Пистик вкачал. Оружие вкачал. Чего? А зачем мне Майнкрафт? Тем более и читы. Ты вообще о чем, Святослав?
It's locked, all right.
А, ключ я взял, это не от этой калитки, значит. Нет, я вообще не знаю такую игру. Какая-то чувиха тут. Давайте с ней потрещим. А, это мой дом. Это матушка. Нифига себе.
I'm right here, Mother. I'm finally home.
Yes, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found. But where is your sister? Where is Mary?
Сестры уже нет.
Mary. She is gone, Mother.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return as you have? I miss my grandson so much. It's been days since their last visit.
Mother, do you know what's been going on in this area?
Not really. I don't go out much due to the epidemic, and when I do, I tend to get lost.
What do you mean you get lost? I hope you don't go outside alone.
Of course not. When I go out, your father always comes with me, but he leaves me there sometimes, and I have trouble finding the way back.
Have you returned to Whitechapel Cemetery since Mary's funeral?
I never want to go back to that awful place. Wait. I think I went back once. And you were there too. And Mary? No, that can't be true.
It was just a bad dream, Mother.
A nightmare, yes. Mary was so angry. I walked back home alone. If that kind policeman had not called Avery from the station, I don't know what would have happened.
Что-то она вспоминает.
Do you need anything, Mother? Can I help you?
I just want you to stay with me, Jonathan. Your room is ready. I asked Avery to make your bed.
I'll stay as long as I can, I promise. Do you need anything else?
Just one thing. Stop staring at me like that. As much as I love you, it breaks my heart to look at those empty and dead eyes.
Are you working on a new painting?
Not recently. I have trouble focusing on my subject and my mind quickly drifts. It's the same thing when I try to write poetry.
I recently met a talented painter with an excellent technique. I wish you two could meet. I'm sure you'd like her.
I'd be glad to meet her. What is her name? Is she famous? Is she dead too?
She's not famous, and her name is of no importance. And yes, she is also dead.
The important thing is, I hope you two get along. If she ever fancies meeting your mother, I'd be glad to welcome her into my home.
Всегда открыты. Эта серия захватила YouTube. Почти достигая разницы с PewDiePie. Что это за имена? Что это, ну, PewDiePie я что-то слышал, какой-то топовый, видимо, блогер, да?
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your sister?
But Mary really is dead, Mother.
Yes.
84 миллиона по них себе.
Isn't your father dead?
А что он там, что у него вообще за темы такие, что у него, блин, такое столько подписоты? Что он вообще бложит? Про что он рассказывает? Или какие-то обзоры чего-то? Нет, я с Беларуси.
But I'm not dead, Mother. I'm really here, talking to you.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. But of course you're dead, my darling boy. Just look at you.
Это индийские сериалы по 2
Pale as my
минуты?
Mary.
Фига себе, блин, кто ж там это пялит эти сериалы? Не, ну там есть моменты, конечно, прикольные в индийских сериалах. Там охереваешь полностью то, что они там снимают.
Goodbye, mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son.
А ты не болеешь? Нет, она не болеет. За ней можно как-то подсмотреть, что ли? Да. Надо на улицу выйти.
Your father and I have spoken about your fiancé, Mary. We believe he'll be an honorable husband for
А, у
you.
него крыша поехала.
We'll set a date for the marriage then. That way, I'm sure one of my children will give me grandchildren. I understand your thirst for knowledge, Jonathan, and your father and I are proud of it. But you are not that young anymore, my son. When will I meet your soulmate? You can ascribe my romantic tendencies to my French origins if you want, Aubrey. But I'll never cease to believe in a match made in heaven, my beloved.
Угу.
I really wish you could meet her, mother.
PewDiePie лучше. PowerDPie, он блогер. И у нее перевод на почти на все языки есть и в субтитрах. В Индии живут 1 миллиард людей. Ну да, это да. В чате есть китайцы. Абу, привет. Ну да. Это ж, блин, такая аудитория. Это капец, это, блин.
You would love her. It's locked.
Ну, понятное дело. И бабок, и дедок, и все он там хорошо приносит им. Давай, Денёрс. Пока-пока. Отдыхай. Салам алейкум, размалейкум, салам. Привет. Размалейкум.
Hello again, mother.
John.
Do you really see Mary and father? Do you also see me as one of the dead?
Yes. For many years, it was just a game. Since your father left us without a word, I took to the habit of speaking to him.
Yes, I remember. I sometimes spied on you and listened to you talking with father in the garden. It made me so angry then. But it was just a game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But since then, my poor dead Mary visited me in my room. She led me to her grave, and there you were. I now know the dead can haunt us.
Угу. Так, YouTube захватил компании англоязычный T-Series. Для детей мультики Get Movies. Ага. Контру снимаешь? Не, я не играю в контру. Инал заходил, потом, видимо, сбежал.
I'm so sorry. You did not deserve to endure this. Mary should never have done this to you.
That's true, my son. But you know what the worst part is? I liked it when Mary spoke in my head. Now she is silent, and it makes me so sad.
Should I leave you alone? Just ask, and I swear you'll never hear from me again.
Oh, no, Johnny. You're always welcome in...
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye, son. Mary? Oh, my dear daughter. How are you tonight? How is your sweet boy?
А вот минус ключ. Это комната сестры моей, которую я прикокнул.
I remember Sunday walks in the park.
Так, что тут? Все, кроме этого письма, тут больше ничего вкусного. Ладненько. Побежали вниз. Думаю, тут еще. Ходов и выходов вагон. Неизвестный чувак.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were...
Miracle. Чудо.
Sir, your poor sister. What a tragedy.
I know, Avery. I know about my sister's murder.
Miss Reed expected you to return to assist with the funeral, right up until the last minute. Where have you been, Mr. Jonathan? We needed you here.
Ну да.
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very fragile since the police brought her back home.
The police? What happened?
Miss Reed was found walking in the streets. She kept saying she had spoken with her son and daughter. She's resting now.
Has she received appropriate medical care?
I'm taking care of Miss Reed myself. Hospitals are so overwhelmed by the epidemic that they can only accept patients infected by influenza.
Эд, почему ты сугент не проходишь? А, сюжет не проходишь. Почему я не прохожу сюжет? Потому что если я пойду по сюжетке, я далеко не дойду. Я слабый для сюжетной миссии. Я вот когда начал сражаться с этой сестрой своей, ты видел, да, чем это заканчивалось в результате? Мне пришлось пойти прокачиваться. А чтобы прокачиваться, надо опыт где-то насобирать. А опыта насобирать это только при помощи дополнительных задач. Потому что я тут никого кровь не пью, как бы ни жильцов, не сосу, как ты выражаешься. Вот. И от этого надо другим способом фармить это опыт. Ну, я сдох, видишь, а потом не сдох. Ну, приходится общаться и выполнять все эти задачи.
Perhaps we could arrange a short trip. Somewhere sunny, like France. She has always been very fond of France. I think leaving London could do her good.
I'm afraid Miss Reed is too frail for the moment. Recently, she started going out at night without remembering it. I have to watch her carefully.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I am sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
What is the situation in this?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting...
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews.
Перла. О, дополнительные вопросы.
I found an old letter written by my father and addressed to me. Do you know anything about it, Avery?
Your father wanted me to give you this letter for your 35th birthday, but you left for the war, and the letter remained in his office until tonight.
I realize now you knew my father better than I did. Do you know why he left, Avery? Did he ever speak to you about his departure?
No, sir. Mr. Reed was not exactly forthcoming. Perhaps this letter will give you the information you require.
Do you know my mother speaks to the dead members of this family?
Yes. I sometimes hear her speaking to you, Miss Mary, and her baby. Sometimes your father, too.
So she thinks I'm also dead. And what about you?
I believe she only sees her relatives as the dead she speaks to, Mr. Jonathan. It breaks my heart to see Miss Reed like that.
She may get better. It's only a hypothesis.
Yes. With time, Miss Reed will recover from this.
Давай, Святослав, занимайся, конечно.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father...
This house is dead, Avery. There is a...
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this...
You have served this family extremely well, Avery.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die...
You really think I don't take enough care of my mother, Avery?
Yes, I do, Mr. Jonathan.
You clearly have something more to say. Speak your mind, Avery.
I know you work hard to help the sick, but what will you do once the epidemic is over?
My home is here, and I have nowhere else to go. But this house will need some improvements if I move here. Some radical change.
That's good news. Whatever changes you have in mind, I'm
Goodbye.
Of course.
Здоровый, здоровый. Так, здесь вроде как все. Это выход. Старое письмо. Ну, я понял тебя, нифига себе, на 10 ошибся. Ну, ничего страшного, я думаю. Конечно, разница огромная, но тем не менее. Нифига себе. 94 миллиона. Где тут чувака спасти? Вон он. Блин, что у него там махает за оружие такое? А, так 27 уровень. Ясное дело. Я тебя буду дурить, пока есть возможность. Блин, когда у тебя эта защита пропадет?
Stupid newborn! You cannot win this. You're feeble.
Привет, Игорь. Да иди ты пень. Что тут за вампиры, блин, такие? Почему у тебя Assassin's Creed изгой одно видео? Я за тебя уже спрошу. Нет? Неужели, блин? Запустил бы ли я в кого-нибудь головастиков, да? Или... Как ты эту чувиху ты называешь? С 5-го Far Cry'а. Нет, неужели появились новые вопросы, блин? Блин, не, плохой вариант. Что это такое? Что это происходит? Я-то отвечу, но если он будет нормальным вопросом. Ты знаешь. Никакая политика, никаких этих головастиков. Блин. Мне неужели надо опять еще вкачаться? А, он у меня кровь всосал. То, что ему там урон нанес, он все... Он все восстановил.
stupid newborn!
Блин, подсел. Да что за читерство такое? Бытие определяет сознание или сознание определяет бытие? Ну ты мне тут, блин, задаешь вопросы мутные. Ну, сознание, по мне так сознание определяет. Блин, что ты за... Блин, еще прибежал. Да капец, я же тебе говорю, тут такие, блин, на этом территории Вест-Энд такие какие-то прокачанные 27-й, 24 уровень, ниндзя всякие. Это вампиры такие, как вчера, помнишь, в конце? А он, наверное, специально выжидает. Ты уходишь, он заходит. Начинает общаться. Ну как? Почему? Не знаю. Ну, так получается. Да умирай ты. О, торговый центр.
Step away, sir.
Die, vermin!
Die, beast! Bloody monster!
Хватит мне барахлом каким-то травить. Что у меня? Святослав, ты чё?
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
Какой у меня шиш? Ты чё? Ты чём это ты? Красная, потому что он не спит, и он вампир. Вот почему.
I cannot enter.
Надо наверх скакать.
It's one of them!
Ой, ё-моё, сколько вкусняшек. Это ж я удачно зашел. Че валяется? Двухстволка. Дробаш неплохой. О, баблидзе. О, Рома, привет. Ромовка, здорово, как ты сам? Да, в воскресенье стримлю. Ну, в 8 вечера начинаю, конечно. там есть еще кабинет. Как бы туда зайти? Как сюда попасть, а? Стекло, наверное, не разбивает почему-то. Здесь скаль трется. Нифига себе, мне он чесанул, так чесанул. Надо аккуратнее.
More braille. I should bring this to Mason Swanborough.
О, это недостающее у меня письмо. Так, отлично. Вторую часть завещания вашего отца. Нет, ну это мы потом будем искать. Вот сюда надо бежать. Переутомление, переутомление. Что вы так все переутомились-то? Можно вопрос, конечно, можно. По мере возможности отвечу. Или не отвечу. Так. Мне уже вот сюда надо идти назад. Главное мне на этого ниндзю не нарваться. Зелень. Я что про пороха не знаю ничего. Мне, в принципе, параллельно что про... Ну, зелень. Я так понимаю, многие там просто его выбирают, чтобы что-то... Чтобы кто-то новый был и молодой. А может, что-нибудь и получится.
Fresh water.
Чистая вода находится в растения. А, это ж цветок у меня там стоит. У меня ж там в больничке цветок стоит. Вряд ли. А сейчас этот, блин, прибежит. Моя территория. Надо убегать отсюда. Ну, я этих тонкостей не знаю. Я, как бы, честно говоря, не слежу за этим. Вам лучше знать. На какие там вопросы кто-то отвечал, не отвечал?
long as you have the money.
Так, маны. Конечно, видел, я вчера видел. Видел, печально, конечно, и очень печально. Кто-то вчера о Таве вроде писал, что в 13 году ему исполнилось 863 года или сколько там этому зданию. Да это капец какой-то. Ну, это... Может, это спецом сделано, чтобы выманить столько денег. Как сегодня мне рассказали, там уже готовы столько денег дать на реконструкцию этого Нотр-Дама. Там просто-напросто. Можно еще таких 3 построить.
Mr. Bates. How are the way this? Goodbye.
Я настолько глобально, ну, не так скажем, не думаю, что там это из-за чего-то произошло, потому что они сделали так, потому что типа карма там это, ну это такое себе. Если к этому так относиться, что там, блин, грубо говоря, можно за углом нельзя писать, потому что тебе будет ответка. Ну.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
When people buy guns instead of medication, it means they have already traded hope for fear in their hearts. In my book, that's never a good thing, Doctor.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
$344 урона, время перезарядки 15 секунд, скорость стрельбы 10, 2 патрона.
When science fails you,
Good evening, Ben.
I'm afraid.
How are conditions in Whitechapel?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war.
A gun?
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Так, где у нас тут уставшие, блин? А вот один.
You never... How are the current conditions in...
When there's more people outside at night than during the day, then you've got to start to worry.
Ну ты тараторишь.
Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Я понял, Игорь.
Right then.
You again? What do you want this to...
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Can I offer you my medical expert?
Keep your medicines.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please.
All right.
Goodbye.
Так. Еще этот.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett. You know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way?
Я понял все.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
Don't you hear the trumpets?
Don't you fear?
Faith.
No doubt your faith will.
Blessed be your general.
Так, всех
I have
полечу.
heard enough.
Всех вылечил. Да, дырин. Так, теперь пойдем, побежали к этому. Так, направо. Точно там направо. Все время прямо.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
How are the conditions in Whitechapel these days?
When I think about all the people who died...
Goodbye.
Святослав, если ты мне, то я говорил. Я не верю, но я уважаю верующих людей. Их прям двое тут. Пошел нафиг. Да. И кроссовкам, и всем. Ну, 22 уровень еще куда не шло, я как бы более-менее с ними справляюсь. Блин, пока его не убьешь. какого-то еще, блин, помощника подзывает. Новые вампиры тут трутся.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you? Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for you, Doctor?
Последнюю записочку.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is
Мутный
solid.
глаз.
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Чего? Я ж вроде все нашел.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
4 из 4.
What can I do for you,
Интересно, девки пляшут.
Goodbye, Mr.
Tell me,
Или где-то еще есть.
how do you see the world these days?
О, какая-то записка. Или это вот он перевел?
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people? What?
Why does your sister feel so guilty about what happened to you?
Because she knows I'll never forgive what she did to me.
You run an illegal business with someone you hate?
I don't hate my sister. She looks after me, we have a good time. But I'm just not ready to forgive her.
Goodbye, Mr.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Может, ты еще тут что-то упустил?
It's locked, all right.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
Ну, странно, почему это... Задача не поменялась. Или он... А, может, надо, чтобы время прошло, чтобы он, типа, перевел его. Так, хорошо, окей. Где шпор? Сюда побежим.
Good evening.
How are conditions in Whitechapel at the...
I always thought it was my...
And you're not sure?
Emptied coffins.
Goodbye, Miss...
You look so pale, my lord. Would you...
Нет, надо еще сбегать к одной даме. К этой.
I'm so sorry.
Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial. Good evening, my dear colleague.
Loretta, why do you feel so guilty about your brother?
I don't expect him to forgive me. All I can do is make amends for what I did.
By making him a crook and a criminal. What if somebody decides to make him pay for your scam?
Mason is totally capable of defending himself. Just leave us be. We're perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
Don't you think he needs to be somewhere he can receive appropriate...
Mason wants to be useful. Can you understand that?
Химия его страсть.
Goodbye.
Ладно, побежали. В больничку сбегаем.
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You a piece of mind.
Your home will not protect you.
Please, sir, can't let you through.
I have this thirst for blood.
Кто там 24 уровень? Там, с кем ты там мочишься? Не, он просто прогуливается. Куда направил?
Filthy piece of shit!
Уже моя хата.
Done.
Ну вот, полил цветок. Одна только. Двухстволка. Ладно.
Hello, Jonathan. Back from the city already?
Tense, to say the least.
I'm sure every obstacle will cede to your relentless determination. In the meantime, can I be of any help?
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not only did the Guard of Prewen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Prewen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is an artist? And rather a good one?
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I'd purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
I shall return.
Так, хорошо. Вот к Эшберн сбегаем. А завтра сабнатика будет. Среда, четверг сабнатика. Будем под водой плавать. Надо уже город там начинать строить. Ну, в смысле базу. Ну и город, база, в принципе, одно. Почти тоже. Тыдын. Да, особнатик. Блин, эти вампиры. Реставраторов русских. Пусть его коцают. О, я вовремя подоспел. И статую делают чучело. Так, а я что у тебя тут по домику-то не лазил еще. Мы тогда потрещали с тобой и все. Шарлотты.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
А вот она.
Hello again, Jonathan.
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few...
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure.
Concerning your investigation.
Yes?
Are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the...
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor...
Will you tell me your story one day?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Да, особо такое себе.
It's locked.
Блин, еще заперто. Опять вокруг. Если он херячит с первого удара. Да, я немножко расслабился так играть. Чуть-чуть бы меня замочил.
It's locked, all right.
Что, получается, тут чувака не спас?
From the war too, but the poor man does not seem well. Yet?
Goodbye.
Of course.
Ничего не думаю, и я не буду отвечать на такие вопросы.
Hello again, mother.
Jonathan,
Да, я живой. Я просто молчу, конечно. Спроси, что я делаю еще.
Tell me, mother, how are you? All alone in this big house with only Avery to take care of you.
I'm sad most of the time. Sad that you have left me here alone. Sad that you don't tell me when you come or go.
I'm so sorry, mother. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was coming home. I was home. London, the Thames, and then it happened.
What happened, Johnny?
I lost my way. Somewhere between the boat and the house, my life changed completely.
You should have told me, Johnny. I would have understood.
Поняла бы.
Do you think Avery is right? Do you think I should take better care of you?
I don't blame you, but you abandoned me, son.
I know I have failed you since I returned.
You don't have to apologize to me, Johnny. Do you think I did not...
Have I changed that much, Mother?
You are still, and you'll always be.
Father seems to have left me some documents. Some sort of treasure hunt.
No, Johnny. But your father always loved to write these little...
Could Father have conceived some sort of final game for me before he left?
I really can't say, Johnny. Perhaps you should talk with Avery about that.
I remember now. He used to post me these riddles.
Your father was always so proud each time you found them.
I was proud too.
The important thing is that you remember it now. I'll tell your father the next time I see him. He'll be so happy.
Я потом посмотрю, Игорь. Да, я там видел, что ты там что-то наприсылал.
Goodbye, mother.
Goodbye, son.
Надо спросить Эвери.
Sneaks out alone and can't find her way home.
Бабло.
Yes.
Нету никаких.
Goodbye, Avery.
Of course.
Вопросов не появилось лишних. Ладно. Прохладно. Пошли на сюжетку. Я что-то письмо какое-то находил про тебя.
Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
С такой
Wait,
медалью.
no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury.
My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Я в Assassin's Creed Unity не играл. Ничего не скажу.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Покраснели, доктор, да. Как бурак красный.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see, and one day I'll have my death to face.
Надо это видео удалить, чтобы не было таких вопросов больше.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked?
Как правильно? Да, засимок. Ну, так правильно. А как ты хотел по-другому назвать? Ну, как меня только не называли, ну, фамилию мою не называли. Она мечтает стать вампиром, несмотря на отказ от моего. Ну, Пупкин. Пупкин.
The correct word is econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Какие я игры играл? Много в какие игры играл. Ну вот, можно те, которые я стопудово играл, они все есть на канале. еще множество других играл. Раньше мне эти нравились гонки очень сильно. Ралли играл все Need for Speed играл. Потом, как она называется еще? Dirt ралли. Во все эти играл.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Я знаю, Святослав, про что ты имел в виду, я просто не продолжил эту тему. Я знаю ситуацию с этими китами в социальных сетях. Если ты про это.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so... alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
Святослав, ну, ситуация, конечно, не очень хорошая, и над ней такие приколы. Мне вообще это ужасная ситуация, как вот эти люди пользовались доверием кинутыми, так скажем, кинутыми детьми, которые за ними родители не смотрели, и пользовались ими, блин, беспомощностью. Это вообще ужасно. Лучше не надо такие вещи писать.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I.
Ну что тебе вебку включить? Ну просто есть такая ситуация, что периодически тут кто-то проходит, но это не очень-то. Хочется, чтобы видели, кто-то видел. Так что, когда будет возможность включить вебку, я ее включу. Пока этой возможности нету. Вот. Или поставить какой-то за собой ширму какую-то, чтобы не просматривать все, что там у меня сзади находится.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept.
I love my mother and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman.
Ну, блин, все эти подсказки вылезли. 5000 опыта, если ее смакануть. Правда, гипноз 5.
Good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one side.
Не, я пить не буду. Я, во-первых, не смогу, потому что у меня нету навыков гипноза 5 уровня, у меня только 3. Она не поведется. Так что...
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Перестань кривляться.
Stop playing this game at once, Charlotte. This is unworthy.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed. Please forgive me. That was stupid.
Немножко ее поставил на место.
I am fine, Doc.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been.
Не, не буду я ничего отсасывать ни у кого.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
I'm hungry. Where shall I eat tonight?
Светик, может, не знает, что такое это даже. Что за слово такое?
Right. Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Humble shop.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Изысканное угощение.
I must confess, I have quite specific tips.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find...
Экзотик. Поделитесь адресом.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit?
Чтобы плохо не было.
Is it not a little too late?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour.
But what about the epidemic? The bombs and wreck?
Please, sir. This is London, England. We will prevail.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day.
Do you have any family near?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic, and I kept it.
Я знаю про хромакей, но для хромакей нужен все равно какой-то задний фон. Чтобы убирать задний фон, надо определенного цвета картинку, так выражусь. Соответственно, надо поставить какую-то ширму и натянуть на нее или покрасить зеленым цветом или красным цветом. Ну, обычно зеленым цветом, который можно потом в процессе убрать. Но... Потому что так хромакей все не уберет, задний фон. Он может убрать половину моего лица, половину глаза и все такое.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr.
Блин, вот это хорошие вещи, но дорогие. Они тут, блин, все здоровые ходят. Мне ж вот сюда надо, да. А чё ты не лечишься?
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Кого я приютил? Масада? Нет. Никого еще пока не приютил. Тут труп такой валяется.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Алиэкспресс закажи.
It's locked.
Ты сразу выбросишь. Не, надо сходить, что там за дверями. Там выход, может, как? Тайник. Да, именно так. А это выход на улицу. Только с другой стороны. Играй. Какие проблемы? Пока он все равно стоит, никто на ней не играет. Чё это хороший кинжал? Поглощение крови. Что это за кинжал такой? Не, в God of War нельзя. Я еще не играл. Спасибо. Что за кинжал? О, в Uncharted можно играть. Счастье не в деньгах, а в спортзале. Ну да. Поглощение 8. Это уже 3-й уровень. Ну, 4-й. FPS, во-первых, читов нету. Ты, ну, не взломаешь, тем более 4-ю. Так что не выдумывайте. Так, что я делаю? Какой-то фигней занимаюсь. 12. Века.
It's locked, all right.
От подвала. Уже не интересно, уже прошел. Блин, резкий. Сундучела. Молодец. Давай, Игорь, спокойной ночи. Он отошел. Привет. Играй, играй, играй.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Что вы там, что ты не можешь пройти там?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is immortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Брат уже прошел. О, ну отлично, когда помощник есть.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Garda Priwen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
Ну и что должна уметь делать в первую очередь? Скажи мне. Заводить Жигуль.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
Ясно. Одноклассник.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Ну, блин, что я не представляю. Ну, всякие ж встречаются на пути люди.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all scowls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. the blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Фотографируют и угорают с этого. Ну, они еще не выросли. В Европу идем. Они еще дети, по сути. Вот они... Для них это смешно.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Блин, меня в клуб приняли.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign econs. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
I was chased by a gigantic Valcod 2 nights ago. I thought it was Fergal coming back, but no. That creature bears.
С этим нельзя разговаривать.
That went well.
You have the make.
I was, though.
So why did you really want?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No. He was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed. Ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
За оборотней.
Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Pre-Wen end their hunt.
Ну, да, это... Да, такое встречается.
You do know I killed him.
Я понял, Святослав.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Своими парнями. А парень об этом знает.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal...
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skulls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Skulls.
Избавиться от скали. Я тебя понял.
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Опа. Уровень гипноза увеличен.
I know we're facing a crisis, but I'm shocked no one took the time to clean up the mess inside the club since we were attacked.
I must admit the Guard of Prewen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Каблук. Я тебя услышал.
How is your investigation going, Dr. Reed? Time?
I have a few questions.
All right, but be quick.
What can you tell?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced.
Вещество управлять человеком. Я забыл, как называется. Я не в курсе таких вещества.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
Создателем. ИГРЕ. Я тебя понял.
William Marshall was a vampire. Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news. For it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation?
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member, then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
Нашел.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
Я тебя понял.
Goodbye, Lord Red.
Godspeed.
Ну, скинь, раз такое дело. Скинь.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
Some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city. What is this?
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership? Is not the nature of this club a secret, shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reed, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods, but brute force will not be enough.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Интересно.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Doctor.
Так, расспросить местных.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Support the equality between men and women.
Good evening.
And good evening.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before.
Интересный.
It has been such a long time since I last went to the theater.
It's locked.
Good evening, Doc.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Goodbye, Mr.
Don't
Два источника инфекции. Пробежал.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for? I cannot enter.
Так, с этой стороны вот еще обход есть вокруг. А, как раз я попал к этой крикливой. Блюет еще. Фу ты, блин. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Блин, какой-то... Блин, 26 уровень. Уже сложно херячить. Кстати, используют как сыворотка правды. Но это уже понятное дело. О, как раз вот проход получается. Фу, блин, блюет она еще. Капец, я что-то не заметил. Заблевала на меня, в общем. Я как-то на ХП не посмотрел. Ладно. На этом мы сегодня закончим. Уже что-то какой-то уж уставший, честно говоря, что-то выжатый как апельсин, лимон, там, не знаю, яблоко, все что угодно. Все тогда, пока, Святослав, пока, спокойной ночи.